Hi, my name is Joanne LaBuda. I moved to Auburn about a year ago. I'm the mom of three amazing kids, Caitlin, Nathan, and Taylor. Caitlin and Nathan were Florida Gators. We came from St. Petersburg, Florida. They went to the University of Florida, and when it was time for Taylor to go to school, the Lord opened only one big door, and it was for her to go to Auburn University. The deal was that I had to move here with her. So I came in February of last year, drove into this neighborhood, met some neighbors, and ended up staying for 3 hours and knew right away that that was the neighborhood that I wanted to live in. Taylor went to orientation, and her Camp War Eagle counselor went to Cornerstone and told Taylor what a great church it was. So the second week I made my way over there, and it was the day that Rusty announced that they were having their first town hall meeting to discuss the multi-site project. So I heard the Lord say, come on back in the afternoon, go to this meeting. So I did, and I was very interested. I prayed a lot about it to make sure this was what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to go to Lee Scott. So I filled out my little card, I sent it back in, and a couple days later, Josh called and asked me if I wanted to come into his office and meet with him, which I did. So we sat and talked for a while, and a couple of weeks later, he asked me to join his small group. That was in October of last year. So I joined and made new friends. Most people in my small group were heading over to Lee Scott, so that was nice to get to know people. And then in November, Thanksgiving week, I got that phone call that we parents never want to get. My daughter, Caitlin, was at the University of Arkansas going to law school, and she was flying here to Auburn to see me, to spend Thanksgiving with me. And her flights were delayed all day due to bad weather and finally canceled, and she was headed home to Arkansas when she was in a very serious car accident. And on the way there to see her, the Lord told me that I was going to say goodbye to her. And on that Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, Caitlin went to be with the Lord. Taylor and I came back to Auburn and pretty much jumped in the car to head back to St. Petersburg, where we'd lived forever. We spent an amazing month of December there, surrounded by family and friends. And we were very, very blessed to be there to start to heal and to spend that time. In January, it was time for Taylor to get back to school, so we came back to Auburn. And that's when the tough grieving really started. For months, honestly, I barely left home, but I did go to church and to small group, to Bible study, and to run whatever errands I had to run. My small group has led me to know Jesus in this amazing personal way. They have shown his love to me week in and week out, over and over and over. They listen to me, they let me cry, they let me be real, they prayed over me time and time again. They called on me, they checked on me, texted, invited me for walks, out to dinner, and just really gave me a chance to be real and to really start to heal during that time. And eventually it got to be to the point where I was feeling better and I wanted to serve. So I jumped into the Kids Town program every other week, which is what a lot of my friends in small group did too. So got involved, had fun, playing with the kids, acting silly, and yet still sitting down and teaching about our awesome God. Then about a month ago, they asked me to take over the team leader position. And you know what? Right away, I said yes. I knew that the Lord was really stretching me and wanted me to do that. I know Cornerstone's mission is leading people to know and serve Jesus. And I found during all this time that that's really what I want to do too. So I've just become more outspoken about talking to people about their own salvation. And even it's neat to work with these kids too, because this is our next generation, and I want to work with just kind of pour into these kids and like people poured into mine, and help these kids know how awesome and amazing our Lord is. Another way I'm trying to show Jesus' love to others is by having 2 Bible studies in my house this summer. I'm leading 2 Beth Moore Bible studies with a group of neighbors and a group of friends, and it's great to share our lives and to talk about how Jesus is working in our life. All this with Caitlin has changed my heart so much. It's made me want to make this whole life so not about me, but about really pouring into somebody else's life and just changing them, and then having that change affect generations to come, because God is so good and there are so many people that are lost that don't know him, and I just want to bring him to them any way that I can. But I just can't seem to get enough of wanting to be in the Word and be around other people and talk about him and help them grow, and just give of myself any way I can, and just to point to him and to show them his glory.